Over to you, Braj.
Okay. So yeah, hello everyone. Good evening. How are you all? So uh, first of all, thank you so much for joining us on day two of our Google Cloud series. And yeah, so yesterday I talked about the cloud and cloud services, like what is the cloud, how we as a developer or the people can access the cloud services, and what type of services like platform as a services or the infrastructure as a services or the software as a services, you can build the solutions over the cloud. And then we have talk about the cloud services provider. Let's say there is a multiple companies who are providing a cloud services like Amazon, uh, Alibaba, Google Cloud. There are multiple companies who are providing cloud services as a services. So now today I'll talk about Google Cloud platform as you know, like Google Cloud is a combination of GCP, Google Cloud Platform, and the Google Workspace, where GCP is a platform as a service and the infrastructure as a service. And if I talk about the Google Workspace, which is a SAS, software as a services, where Google is providing a lot of services as a software, like Gmail, Google Drive, Google Docs that you can use over the cloud. So these all are the softwares you are accessing through the cloud. And if I talk about the GCP, which is a IaaS plus PS, where you can build any services or the platform or the tools, you can do anything with the help of GCP. So as you know, like with the help of GCP, uh, you can build any solutions, you can store any data, you can perform any operations for the analytics purpose, you can do anything with the help of GCP. And uh, also, you know about like Google Cloud Platform is providing a lot of services. So, like there's a compute services where you can run your code, and you can use storage services where you can store your data. And if you are working on machine learning, then you can use machine learning as a services. Like if you are working on big data, like networking, there are multiple streams. Like if you are working on this stream, you can use related relevant to that particular services. So now, in this course, I'll use cloud skills. You can just visit the link. This is a link. You can create your account, and here in the login section, you can create your account, and then you can sign up, and we will give you the class like code access where you can check out the courses. So here in this entire 7 days, we'll talk about the Google Cloud overview. So this, if you can go to the part section, and then we have a getting started with Google Cloud. So you can click on this particular cloud, the path, and then you can subscribe or enroll this particular courses. So this is a course material throughout the 7 days. And basically, we will going to cover this topic like Google Cloud Fundamental and the core infrastructure, where we will talk about the compute services, storage services, how we can build applications over the compute, and then how we can deploy these applications with the help of management and developer tools like over GCP. So you can check out these
From the
courses
bottom up,
like
they are
uh,
resources.
yeah. So here we have a lot of courses. You can just check out the courses like while we do have a recording sessions. You can also check out these uh, like courses for the relevance. And yeah, we will share the cloud lab credit for after the sessions. Those who have filled the form for uh, yeah, those who have filled the forms for the cloud credits. So let's get started the next part. Yeah. So now, as you already know, like how you can interact with the Google Cloud Platform, you can interact with the Google Cloud Platform with the help of the web applications. Like you can visit the link cloud.google.com, and then you can create a project. You can access the GCP platform with the help of web applications. Or there is a Cloud SDK. You can install this SDK, which is a command line tools. And with the help of command line tools, you can access different kind of services with the help of these SDK. You just need to install Cloud SDK, and then you can um, access these SDK through your local machine. And also the third one is you can install mobile application, which is available in iOS or Android Store, Android applications Play Store, and then you can access these services with the help of these applications. And also Google Cloud is providing a REST API, so you can build custom user interface for, let's say, XYZ employers or the users, and they have some set of limit access to those services, so you can implement REST APIs and then you can create your custom dashboard for the GCP. So as I mentioned, like there is a multiple services in Google Cloud, like compute services, database, machine learning. There are a lot of services. So now I'll talk about in this like session, I'll talk about mainly the identify and access management, where how we can create a project, how we can what type of services Google Cloud is providing. So first, I'll give you the overview. So first, you need to visit the link cloud.google.com. So here I have just visited the link cloud or console.cloud.google.com, or you can just open cloud.google.com. This is the main website for the Google Cloud. So what you can do here, you can go to the console part and then you can navigate to the console window. So here we have a console window and then you can create a project. So if you want to create any projects over the Google Cloud platform, so you can click on the create project. Okay. So let's say you can create any projects. Let's say I'm creating a project name is my,
Rajya, sorry for interrupting. Can you please zoom it a bit more?
sure.
Yeah,
So
it's
you can, yeah,
yes, yes.
yeah. So you can create a project, like you just need to put your project name and then you can select the organizations. So organizations, which I'll tell you later within a few minutes. So like you can select the organizations if you have any organizations, or you can create a project in simple way. So you need to wait for a few seconds and then you will be able to navigate your projects in your GCP console. So here my project is created. You can click on the select project or you can click on this particular button and then you can check out this project. Like my project name is my title project. So now I'm working on this project and this is my project ID and this is the project number and the project ID. And here we have a lot of access, like we can directly create a VM over the Google Cloud Platform, or we can run some BigQueries, we can create a Google container Kubernetes engine, and also we can create a buckets, which I tell you later in this slide. So if you can click on the cloud overview, so there is a this is the overview sections for this project. So as of now, like this is the basic informations like what type of APIs I'm calling, the status of my project. You can create your custom dashboard for the monitoring. You can also create a reporting graphs, like if you are hosting your backend services over the Google Cloud platform, then you can get the logs report about the REST APIs and all in the dashboard. So now you can click on the view all products. So in the view all products, there is a lot of, as I mentioned, like Google Cloud is providing a lot of services. So these services is categorized into the some set of sections. Yeah. So like you can go to the, let's say you can go to the management tools. So here we have the services like APIs and services. Then we have a billing and apps, and then we have a IAM. So with the help of management services, you can manage different third-party APIs like you're using calendar APIs, Gmail APIs, or let's say the API which is related to Google Cloud Platform. Then you can use these services. Here you can enable the APIs and then you will get the APIs free and you can integrate these APIs in the applications. And also, like in the billing services, you can check all the billing informations about our projects. You can manage the billing. And then we have IAM services, like where you can provide access, like to the users group, those who are using the GCP. And then we have a complete services where you can uh, run your code. Basically, in the compute services, we have a lot of services like you can run your applications over the compute engine, or you can run your applications over. let's say Kubernetes engines, or you can create your custom VMware engine, or you can use Anthos, which is multi-cloud platform. Like in the market, you can host your applications over the GCP, and also you can host your website with the help of AWS. Then you can use the concept of Anthos, and also you can create a distributed cloud system. Or then we have a batches for the job as a services. Then we have a storage services, like you can use Google Cloud Platform as a storage, like you can store a data. So you can use cloud storage, which is a block type of data services, like where you can upload your the PDF file, audio file, or the block type of data. And also we have a cloud file store, which is NoSQL database, like where you can store the user generated data, you can build applications with the help of cloud file store. Then we have a data transfer, and same with analytics. There is a lot of services within a Google Cloud you can use. So here we have a lot of services. You can explore these services, like for the security, for let's say CI/CD. Let's say you have created a repository, or let's say use pass some commits, and then my CI/CD or the Google Cloud will automatically collect the commit ID, and then it will automatically deploy the web applications with the help of Google Cloud Build, where you need to define the configurations about the deployment process. Like here, let's say we can create deployment process like staging area, testing area, and the production area. So you can do with the help of CI/CD. Even you can create a container registry source repository. Like you can create a private repository that will look like as a GitHub, and then you can do uh, the things accordingly. And same with, like if you're working on artificial intelligence, then you can use Vertex AI, Cloud Vision APIs. These all are the APIs which is pre-built trained machine learning model, or you can create your custom machine learning model with the help of Google Cloud ML engine. And then we have application integrations, like you can get the API Gateway, Cloud Tasks, workflows, Cloud Schedulers. You can perform cron jobs, let's say I'm running a database over the Google Cloud Platform. So we can create a cron jobs for collecting a backup in our hours. So we can write some sort of logics with the help of Cloud Scheduler, and then we can perform some set of backups operations. And then we have additional tools, like you can check out endpoints, where you can get the reports about the endpoints. And then we have a deployment managers, API. Basically, it is an alternative of Postman, where you can test your APIs with the help of APIs. And then we have a carbon footprints, like you will get a report about like how much you're you are doing efficient way for carbon friendly applications. And there is a multiple services you can check out. Now you can create you can select any project. So let's say I'm selecting this project. So my project is selected, and you can get the informations about your project. And then you can check out these services, uh, let's say I wanted to use Google App Engine, then you can click on the App Engine, and then you can create applications over the App Engine. So now we talk about IAM. So IAM is all about like you have created a project. Now I wanted to provide some sort of access to, let's say, XYZ users. Like some set of users can only see the content of my Google Drive platform, or see the information about my project. Or I can provide a customizable access over the Google Cloud platform with the help of IAM services. So what you can do here, you can go to the all products, and then we have a IAM and admin as a service. So here we have a, let's say, the access management. So you can create provide access to the users. So let's say you can create a users. Let's say I'm creating uh, the account. Let's say I'm providing TechDrill. Let's say at the rate gdigital.com. So I'm providing access to this email ID. This email ID is not exist, so I can type. let's say hello at GDC Jalandhar. So yeah, so I'm providing access to this email ID. So here we can define the roles like this as an email ID can access the owner of this project. The email ID has a full access to the Google Cloud services and the resources. Or you can provide a basic access like the user can see the data and the services over the GCP platform. Or you can provide an editor access like anyone can create the virtual machine, anyone can create a services, anyone can disable the services, anyone can remove the services over the GCP platform. And then you can also provide the owner access, and then we have a viewer access. Also, you can provide individual services like I'm providing the access to the users, like this users can only access this thing and inside this kind of things. So let's say I'm providing a basic services. Let's say he has a editor access, and then we can provide the conditions like on which conditions like let's say this user can access this GCP project within let's say 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. on, so you can provide these kind of things with the help of this thing. So let's say I'm creating a users, the policy is edit. So this email ID, the name is this person can or edit these kind of things. And you can also check out the rules. Like here we have a rules like edit access, owner access, and then you can also remove the things and you can customize the thing here only. Now I'll talk about more in IAM point of view. So here, let's say IAMs, like let's say we have a team users. So we have created a team users like first I'm as a owner and the second one is the editor of that particular project. So you can provide custom access to the different services to the users. Let's say in GCP, let's say if you haven't created organizations, but you can create organizations over the GCP console. And in the organizations, we can have multiple teams like human resources team, engineering teams, and the sales team. And if I talk about the engineering teams, so engineering teams can have multiple projects over the GCP. Let's say the development project, or the production project, or the testing project, and I can provide a some set of access to the developer team. I can provide a set of access to the production team who have access for production level of data. And then we can also provide some sort of access to the tester teams who can access these services. So you can do these kind of things with the help of IAM services. So if you have any questions, you can ask your questions. Yeah, I'm waiting for the questions. Yeah. Okay, and then we have identity and organizations access. Like here, you can create organizations, and then you can also provide the policies. Like the some set of users can access these kind of things over the GCP, and then you can also create a service account. So basically, we use service account for, let's say we have a service like Google App Engine. So we can create a service account, and then this service account can access all the resources or all the services within a Google App Engine. So you can create a service account. So you can define, let's say, the service account name is App Engine Service. So you can create App Engine Service. The email ID, this one. This email ID can access the App Engine. So you can provide, you can click on the continue, and then you can define the role. Like you can, like this email ID can access the app engine, the editor access. There is a multiple services. So here I will type app engine. So app engine admin. So I have created a custom rules for this service account, and then I can create this service account. And yeah, it's done. So this email ID, this service account can access the app engine fully access rate. And I can use this app engine. So what I can do, I can click on the services and I can download uh, here. So I can download, yeah. So here you can create a keys for this. services, and then you can download the service account, and then you can integrate the service account in your backend logic, and this service account can be able to access by any backend like endpoints or the microservices. So here also you can create labels, like you can define the labels, you can define the tags. It's totally up to you. Like we can define a tags like sales. So sales kind of like you can define the tags like sales. So we have some set of services which will be accessible by the sales team. And then we have a rules, like as you know, like you can create a rules. So yeah, so here we have a multiple roles, like this is a role name, and then this role name is used by these services, and right now this status is enabled. You can create a custom role, it's totally up to you. So let's say I'm creating a custom roles, like creating a role for the department wise, like so my custom role is, let's say, DevOps engineer. So here we have custom role like DevOps engineers. We can define the descriptions of that particular role. And then here we can customize like the permissions, like what type of permissions he can access or the person can access. So here we can select the permissions, like the person who has a DevOps engineer as a role, they can access Anthos as a service, they can access API to API readers. There are multiple services within a Google Cloud, so you can provide the access to this user role. And then we have audit logs. Here you can check out the logs report about the IAM services. And then we have like the groups, like you can create a Google groups. Inside Google groups, you can add, let's say, 4 or 5 person, and then you can uh, like like provide the the access to the Google group as a users. And then you can create a course. Here you will get a course report like so there is a limit on a GCP3 project. So here is the limit, and you can check out the limit. And if you are using over the limit, then you need to pay for the billing. And also you can manage the resources. Here we can create the resources like the projects. We can delete the projects, and yeah, there are a lot of things. So so this is an overview about the GCP platform. Like you can go to the billing account here. You can create a billing account. Let's say I have created a multiple billing accounts. So here, like here, I'm using this billing account. So like one billing account can be shared with multiple GCP projects, and then you can use this link. So let's say I want to add this billing account to this project, so I can click on the change billing account and then confirm. And yeah, so you need to click on the add billing account, and then you can you need to add a credit card, and so that you can access this thing. But uh, uh, the tutorial we are using the Cloud Skill Boost, which is the link. So here, what you can do here, you just need to navigate to the path, and then we have a path getting started with Google Cloud Learning, and then click on this one, and then you can enroll this particular course, and then there will be a set of tutorials, and you can follow this thing. So day one is all about the overview about the Google Cloud Platform, like how you can create a project, how you can uh, like provide access to the users over the GCP cloud platform. And then next tomorrow I will talk about the compute services, like what is compute services like for we as a developer can create a logic, we can write the code. Now we need to run our code on the compute services. So tomorrow I'll talk about the compute engine, like we can create a virtual machines, and over the virtual machines we can run a Python code, or maybe we can run a HTML, CSS, JavaScript file over the compute services. So yeah, so if you have any questions, you can ask the questions. And after let's say 4, 8 p.m. we will get the clock credits. and then you can follow the lectures, and you can uh, like check out the videos. And tomorrow I will talk about the computing. And also, I'll request you to please fill the attendance form. So that's all from my end. If you have any questions, feel free to bring me on Discord server. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us today. Tomorrow I'll talk about the computer services, like what is computer services, how we can deploy the web applications over the computer services.
Thank you, Krish, for this awesome talk today. And yeah, thank you everyone for being there with us today. If you have any queries, you can ping in the chat. Chris is available here. And if you find anything, any doubt later on, you can definitely ask your questions in the Discord channel. I have already pinged you the link for Discord, the recording of day one, the form which you have to fill to get the GCP lab credits, and the attendance form as well. See you all tomorrow. With that, I am just I'll wait for a few while. If you have no questions, I'll stop the recording. So just let's wait for 2-3 minutes. If you have any questions, do unmute yourself or post your questions in the chat.